There's something no one ever tells you, and by the time you realize it, it's already too late for most. No one is coming, no cavalry, no rescue, no magical moment where everything gets better. You've been lied to. Since the day you were born, you were fed a fantasy that someone will show up, someone will fix things, someone will recognize your worth, lift you up, and deliver you the life you deserve. But here's the truth. Cold and brutal. You are alone. You are responsible. And no one cares more about your life than you do. And if you don't, no one will. It doesn't matter how hard you cry. It doesn't matter how much you deserve a break. It doesn't matter if it's unfair. The universe does not reward intentions. It rewards actions. And if you keep waiting for the right time, the right person, the right opportunity, you'll die waiting. This video isn't here to comfort you. It's here to wake you up before it's too late. If you don't save yourself, no one else will. Let's be brutally honest. Most people spend their entire lives on the sidelines, watching, wishing, praying, waiting for some kind of external force to change their situation. They wait for a mentor to discover them. They wait for a company to recognize their talent. They wait for family, friends, governments to come save them. They wait for some mystical perfect day when they finally feel ready. And the days turn into years. The years turn into decades, and the decades turn into regret. The saddest graves are not filled with people who tried and failed. They're filled with people who never even started, because they were waiting for permission. Understand this. The world doesn't owe you anything. Nobody is obligated to help you. Your dreams are your responsibility, no one else's. Why do so many people fall into this mental trap? Because it's easier. It's comforting to believe that some outside force will fix everything. It removes the crushing weight of responsibility from your shoulders. It's not my fault. It's the system. If only my parents were richer. If only my boss recognized my work. If only society was fairer. It's so much easier to blame, to point fingers, to stay small and hide behind excuses. Because the moment you admit the truth, that you are responsible, is the moment you realize, if my life is miserable, it's on me. If I'm broke, it's on me. If I'm unhealthy, it's on me. If I'm unhappy, it's on me. It's a terrifying realization for most, because it leaves no place to hide. But it's also the single most liberating truth you will ever experience. Because if it's your fault, then it's also your power. Society doesn't want you to wake up. Schools, corporations, even governments, they thrive when you stay dependent. Think about it. A society full of helpless people is easier to control. A workforce full of desperate employees is easier to exploit. A population addicted to blame and entitlement is easier to manipulate. From the beginning you were taught, follow the rules, obey authority, don't question, stay in line. You weren't trained to think independently. You were trained to wait for instructions. Obedience was rewarded, rebellion was punished. And now, you're an adult, still sitting at the mental bus stop, waiting for a ride that's never coming, still waiting for a sign, still waiting for permission, still waiting for a savior. Wake up. There is no savior. There never was. You either save yourself or you stay stuck forever. Saving yourself starts with one shift. Ownership. Total, complete, radical ownership of your life. That means no blaming your parents, no blaming your boss, no blaming society, no blaming your circumstances, no blaming your bad luck. You own your life, all of it. It doesn't matter how unfair it was. It doesn't matter if you were dealt a bad hand. You are not responsible for the starting point, but you are absolutely responsible for where you go from here. When you make this shift, everything changes. You stop being a victim, you start being a creator. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" You start asking, "What can I build from this?" Look around you. How many people are stuck in jobs they hate? How many people are trapped in toxic relationships? How many people are drowning in debt, stress, and despair? And how many of them are doing anything real about it? Almost none. Most people will die exactly as they lived, complaining, wishing, waiting, never moving. You don't want that to be you. You are here, right now, at this exact moment, because deep down, you know you're capable of more. You know the life you're living is a fraction of what it could be. You know that nobody is coming to make it better. You know that if you don't move, you rot. This is your warning. This is your wake-up call. No matter how scared you are, no matter how unready you feel, no matter how stacked the odds seem, you must move. You must act. You must fight, because no one else is going to do it for you. This isn't about hope. It's about truth, and it's about taking control. Because if you don't fight for your life, you will lose it. And nobody will fight harder for you than you can. No more illusions, no more waiting, no one is coming. Now that you've seen the truth, the next question is this: what do you do with it? You've spent years surviving, waiting, doubting. Now it's time to take back your power. But let me warn you, this next phase, it's not easy. It requires a level of brutal honesty, emotional discipline, and self-responsibility that most people will never touch. Because here's the real secret. The moment you stop waiting for a hero, you become one. Let's talk about something no one likes to admit. Misery is addictive. People cling to their pain like a blanket. Why? Because it's familiar, it's safe, it's the known. And the unknown. That's terrifying. We say we want change. We scream for transformation. We dream of escape. But deep down, we're afraid of losing our identity as the victim. Because if I'm no longer a victim, I have to take control. And taking control means I'm now responsible if I fail. That's a terrifying shift. It's easier to say, I can't do that because of my past. I didn't get that because of my boss. They didn't love me back because I'm not good enough. Easier, but deadly. Because that mindset chains you to the exact pain you claim you want to escape. Let me tell you something raw. As long as your pain is stronger than your purpose, you will stay stuck. And many people are addicted to that pain. It becomes their excuse, their identity, their story. If you want to save yourself, you have to stop being loyal to your suffering. One of the biggest lies ever sold is this: wait until you're ready. Here's the truth. You'll never feel ready. Ever. You won't feel ready to leave the job. You won't feel ready to speak your truth. You won't feel ready to start that business, move cities, or cut that toxic relationship. Because readiness is a myth built on fear. The brain wants certainty, comfort, security. But growth? Growth is chaotic, ugly, risky. And every meaningful transformation in life comes with the same feeling: terror. If you're waiting to feel ready, you're really waiting to feel safe. And let me tell you now, there is no safety in the pursuit of greatness. Only danger, risk, and the possibility of rebirth. So stop waiting, stop rehearsing, stop researching the perfect time. Start now, start ugly, start afraid. Because the people who win in life are not the ones who waited. They're the ones who moved, scared, unprepared, imperfect, but relentlessly. Every second you delay action, you are paying a cost. You might not see it, but your future is bleeding, quietly. Opportunities vanish. Energy fades. Confidence erodes. Time runs out. Indecision is not neutral. It is destruction in disguise. Let me give it to you straight. The life you want is not waiting for you. It's passing you by. You think you're waiting for a sign. But the truth is, life was the sign. You were supposed to take the pain and move. You were supposed to take the fear and act. You were supposed to feel lost and still go anyway. But every time you hesitate, the door closes just a little more. And one day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday soon, you'll look back and realize you didn't miss your chance because you failed. You missed it because you didn't even try. Let's talk about people who stopped waiting and started saving themselves. 1. J.K. Rowling, rock bottom at 30. Divorced, depressed, suicidal thoughts, single mother on welfare. No one was coming to save her. And still, she sat in cafes with her baby stroller, writing. She created Harry Potter when her life was falling apart. Why? Because she knew no one was going to fix her situation. She could either drown or write. So she wrote and rewrote and got rejected. Until one day, the world saw her magic. But before the world believed in her, she had to believe in herself. 2. David Goggins, the human after burnout. Beaten as a child, overweight, bullied, dyslexic, working as a roach exterminator. No one was coming. So he looked in the mirror and asked himself the one question that changed everything. What if I could be great? He didn't wait to feel strong. He didn't wait to feel supported. He built himself from nothing with tears, blood, and obsession. Now, he's an ultramarathon runner, Navy SEAL, best-selling author, and one of the most disciplined men on the planet. Not because he was rescued, but because he refused to stay broken. 3. You are not famous yet. Your story is still being written. But one day, your name could be on a list like this, if you stop waiting. Because the only thing separating them from you is that they didn't wait for permission. They gave themselves permission to become unstoppable. Now, let's break down how to shift from helpless to powerful. Step 1. Radical accountability. Every morning, ask yourself, what am I pretending not to know? You know what needs to change. You know what you've been avoiding. Own it, all of it. I'm in this situation because of my decisions, and I can change it. Step 2. Stop explaining yourself. No more over-explaining why you're stuck. No more retelling your trauma for sympathy. Stop feeding the identity of the victim. Start embodying the identity of the fighter. I don't need your understanding. I need results. Step 3. Daily action. No matter what feelings don't drive action. Discipline does. You don't wait for motivation. You do the thing, even when it sucks. Especially when it sucks. Because consistency beats inspiration every time. This is what I do now, no matter how I feel. Step 4. Burn the escape routes. Delete the plan B. Stop saying maybe next year. Stop saying I'll try. You either commit or you admit you're okay dying in the same place you were born. There is no later. There is only now. Let's be honest. Saving yourself is lonely. Because when you rise, others get uncomfortable. They'll mock you, doubt you, distance themselves. You've changed. Who do you think you are? You're obsessed. That's not realistic. Good. Let them say it. Because the path to freedom is always walked alone at first. But once you rise, the right people show up. The ones who respect growth. The ones who fight too. But until then, you must be your own backup. Your own support system. Your own savior. This is the price of greatness. Facing your pain, fighting your fear, choosing action over excuses, choosing discipline over comfort, choosing growth over fitting in. You were not born to be rescued. You were born to rise, because now it's time to stop thinking and start becoming. You've accepted the brutal truth. No one is coming. You are it. You are the answer. You've stopped waiting. You've stopped begging. You've stopped playing small. Now it's time for the blueprint. Because if you don't replace your old identity with a new structure, you will collapse back into your old patterns. So this is where we build your foundation. The system, the tools, the rules. We don't guess. We don't hope. We engineer transformation. Let's kill another lie. Motivation is trash. Motivation comes and goes. It depends on your mood, your hormones, your weather, your breakfast. That's a fragile strategy. If your life depends on how motivated you feel, you've already lost. What works? Systems, habits, identity, discipline. Systems don't care how you feel. Systems don't ask for permission. Systems get the job done automatically. So from now on, you are not a dreamer. You are a builder, a systems engineer of your own success. And we start now. If you want to save yourself, you need a non-negotiable personal framework. Here are the 5 pillars, etched in steel. 1. Wake up early. Own your mornings. This isn't about trends. It's about control. The earlier you wake, the more of the world you own. The fewer distractions, the more clarity, the more direction. 5 a.m. is sacred. No noise, no texts, no demands. Just you and your mission. Even if you're not a morning person, you must become one. Because your early hours set the tone for everything. Morning blueprint. Wake up at 5 a.m., cold shower. Journaling. What needs to be conquered today? 30 minutes of movement. 30 minutes of learning. Read, podcast, reflect. No phone, no social media until 7 a.m. minimum. Win the morning, win the war. 2. Physical suffering. Daily discipline through the body. You want mental strength? Build it through the body. Every day, without fail, you must train, sweat, push, bleed, because your body is your first battlefield. And if you can't control your body, how will you ever control your mind? Lift weights, run hills, do push-ups, fast, something, anything. The point is pain, resistance, struggle, because comfort breeds weakness. Your workout is your daily reminder. No one's coming. I build this alone. 3. Brutal clarity. Know exactly what you're building. You can't hit a target you can't see. So write it down every day. Your goal, your vision, your outcomes, not vague dreams, specific, measurable targets. Examples. I will generate $10,000 per month from my business in 6 months. I will lose 15 kilograms in 3 months. I will read 12 books in 12 weeks. I will launch my YouTube channel by June 30th. Now break each goal into daily inputs. Then schedule those inputs. Then protect them like oxygen. Clarity creates confidence. Confidence creates action. Action creates momentum. The clearer the vision, the stronger the pull. 4. Zero dependency. Build a one-man empire first. Before you outsource, collaborate, or ask for help, you must learn how to stand alone. Learn how to write, how to sell, how to market, how to lead yourself, how to make money alone. You don't need a team to begin. You need resourcefulness. Build your life with what you've got. A cracked phone, a notepad, a library, your 2 hands. If you were dropped in the jungle with nothing, would you survive? If not, you're still waiting to be saved. Be so self-reliant it's terrifying. 5. Mind armor. Daily mental conditioning. Your mind is a battlefield. Every day you're under attack by doubt, fear, comparison, weakness. So train your mind like a warrior. Daily tools. Affirmations. I don't mean soft fluff. I mean hard truths. No one is coming. I am enough. I am responsible. I win or I die. Cold exposure. Build tolerance to discomfort. Visualizations. Picture yourself winning, even in chaos. Reading 10 to 20 pages per day of war-tested books. Silence, meditation, solitude. Feed the mind what it needs, or it will feed on your insecurities. Every day I don't train my mind is a day I let the enemy grow stronger. Let me be real. This journey, it's ugly, silent, repetitive, lonely. You'll do the right thing, and no one will notice. You'll make sacrifices, and no one will clap. You'll keep grinding, while others laugh, sleep, scroll. But this is the difference between the hero and the herd. The herd waits for applause. The hero claps for himself. You don't need likes. You don't need, "I'm proud of you." You need a mission so personal that even if you had to die alone, you'd still follow it. No one sees the seed underground, but that's where the roots are formed. Keep going when no one cares. That's where you become legendary. Here's a secret every winner knows. You will fail. Often, spectacularly, publicly. But what matters is not how many times you fall. What matters is how fast you rebuild. You must learn to reboot your life in 24 hours. Lost a client? Cool. Rebuild. Got rejected? Rebuild. Got sick? Broke? Heartbroken? Rebuild. Don't spiral. Don't sulk. Don't wait. Here's the protocol. 1 hour of emotional purge. Journal, cry, scream, bleed on the page. Get it out. 2. Ask the 3 questions. What did I learn? What will I change? What's my next immediate move? 3. Recommit out loud. I am still the one. This doesn't break me. This forges me. 4. Take one action immediately. Reinvention is not annual, it's daily. Here's the most powerful transformation. At first, you save yourself. Then, you become the one others need. You become the role model, the blueprint, the proof. Not because you want validation, but because you want to multiply impact. Imagine this. A kid sees you online and decides not to give up. A friend watches your life change and starts to change theirs. A stranger reads your story and says, "If they did it, maybe I can too." That's legacy. That's power. You were once the victim. Now you're the guide. Now you are the one. Now we seal the deal. You've heard the truth. You've seen the path. Now it's time to choose. Write this, speak this, own this. I, your name, officially declare, I will no longer wait. I will no longer beg. I will no longer outsource my rescue. I will build the life I need with the tools I have. I will become the hero I used to pray for. I will fight. I will fall. I will rise. I will not stop until I become the strongest version of me. Signed, the one who chose to save himself. No one is coming. But that's not a curse. It's your freedom. Now you know. You are the rescuer, the warrior, the architect. You don't need saving, you need ignition. So get up, turn the pain into fire, turn the fear into fuel, and become the legend no one saw coming. This is your life. This is your war. This is your rise. Now go. Building win. Save yourself. If this message lit a fire inside you, if you're ready to stop waiting and start building the life you deserve, then make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you never miss another wake-up call like this one. We're building a community of warriors, and your journey starts right here, right now. Comment below, I save myself. If you're ready to take full control of your life, this is Elevate Your Mindset. Let's rise.